Chapter 1: The Wedding Escape. The church smelled of flowers and incense, but I barely noticed. The crowd cheered, the music played, and everyone waited for the moment I was supposed to say I do. But I couldn't. Not today, not to her. I glanced at the brighter face radiant under the veil, her smile shining for everyone but me. My chest tightened. This wasn't right. It hadn't been right for a long time. I remembered the way she had laughed at me years ago. How I had chased her through every corridor of our school, every cafe, every corner of the city, trying to win her heart, and now the tables had turned. She had been the one running from me back then. And today, it was my turn. My foot nudged the door, my heart racing. I couldn't explain why, but every fiber of me screamed to leave. And so I did. I fled the church. The applause behind me turned into confused murmurs. I didn't look back, not even when I heard someone calling my name. The streets outside were alive. Eric and Freeron, ignoring the taxi horns, the pedestrians, the world. Every step was fueled by adrenaline and guilt and something else I couldn't name. It was quiet then, almost too quiet, until I felt it, a shadow beside me, and a voice soft, but filled with the determination I remembered from years ago. Wait. I turned, heart thundering. She was there, my bride, her hair whipping around her face, eyes fierce, chasing me in heels. The world slowed. The irony was sharp and bitter, the one I had run from chasing me now, just as I had chased her all those years ago. She grabbed my arm, steadying herself. "You can't run from this," she said. I swallowed. I can't, I admitted, though my mind screamed otherwise. Her gaze softened for a moment, and I almost laughed. Almost. But then she gripped my arm tighter. "You ran from before, but this Chimi. I'm not letting you go." And in that instant, I realized this wasn't about the wedding. It wasn't about escaping. It was about us. A chase I had once started was now reversed. And for the first time in years, I felt cornered. Chapter 2: The Chase Turns. The street lights flickered above us, casting long shadows on the pavement. I stopped, finally, chest heaving, sweat dripping down my temple. Her heels clicked behind me fast, relentless, echoing through the empty streets. "You can't run from this," she said, her voice catching between anger and disbelief. I wiped my mouth, trying to catch my breath. I can't marry you. Not like this." Her laugh was sharp but trembling. "Not like this? Do you even know what you're saying?" I didn't answer, because I did know. The wedding had been a lie from the start, not the flowers, not the guests, not the smiles. It was a performance, and I wasn't ready to pretend anymore. She came closer, grabbing my arm this time. Her grip was firm, unyielding. I wanted to pull away, but something in me froze. "You always ran from me," she said quietly, her eyes searching mine. "And now, for the first time, I'm chasing you. Do you know how that feels?" I looked away. I had spent years chasing her, chasing a smile, a laugh, a flicker of attention. And now, it my caught, to be pursued, to feel cornered. "Why are you doing this?" I asked, voice low. "Why not just let me go?" She stepped closer, her face inches from mine. "Because I'm not letting you go. Not today. Not ever again." The words hit harder than any argument we'd had before. For a moment, the world seemed to pause. The street, The cars, the distant hum of the city. Only the two of us existed, caught in a standoff that was neither fight nor surrender, but something entirely new. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. I wanted to do everything I had done for her over the years except this time. I was the one being chased. Her eyes softened for a fleeting second, and in that instant, I realized something terrifying and exhilarating. I had no choice anymore. "You've changed," she whispered. "And so have you," I replied, almost without thinking. Her hand dropped from my arm, but she didn't step back. She didn't retreat. Instead, she tilted her head slightly, a smirk playing on her lips. "Then prove it." I didn't know how to respond. Words failed. My pulse raced. My mind spun with memories of everything that had led to this moment, the years of chase. The rejection, the longing. And then she laughed. Soft, low, triumphant. A sound that belonged to her, that had haunted me, that now seemed to pull me in instead of push me away. "You're still running," she said. "But I know I'll catch you, just like always." And in that moment, I understood the chase wasn't over. It had only just begun. Chapter 3. The Tables Turn. I had thought the chase would end at the street corner. I was wrong. She didn't stop. Instead, she stepped closer, her heels clicking sharply on the pavement. "You've always run from me," she said, voice low but intense. "And now it's my turn to chase you. Do you understand how that feels?" I swallowed hard. Her gaze was relentless, burning with a mix of frustration, desire, and something I couldn't quite name. I can't marry you," I stammered, voice shaking, though I wasn't sure if it was fear or something else. Her smirk was faint, almost playful, but her eyes didn't lie. She was serious, deadly serious. "You think you have a choice." Sighed. "I don't let go so easily anymore. Not now, not ever again." That's when it hit me. Everything had changed. The power balance, the chase, the fear, it wasn't just hers anymore. I had been running, yes, but she wasn't just chasing me. She was catching me. I tried to step back, but my foot caught on the curb. She moved in, faster than I expected. One hand grabbed my arm, steadying herself. The other brushed my chest lightly. "I've wanted this for years," she whispered. "To have you stop running. To finally see the real you. Not the you I chased in school. Not the boy who fled my heart. The man standing here. Right now." Her words pierced me. Because she was right. I had changed. And she saw it. I looked at her, the real her. The one who had once run from my foolish teenage infatuation, and realized I had been blind. I don't know if I can, I began, but she shook her head. "No excuses this time. You've run enough." And then, with a boldness that stole my breath, she leaned forward. Her lips brushed mine. It wasn't a kiss of love. Not yet. It was a kiss of claim. A statement. A warning. A promise. I froze. My heart pounded. She pulled back slightly, her eyes locked on mine. "You can run," she said softly, "but I will find you every Jimmy." For the first time in years, I realized that running was pointless. Because this chase was no longer mine to control. And deep down, I didn't want it to be. We stood there in the quiet street, the city's hum fading around us. I no longer felt fear. I felt anticipation. Because now, The game had changed. The tables had turned, and I wasn't sure whether I was ready or willing to resist. Chapter 4. Confessions in the Rain. The rain fell hard, drumming against the pavement like a heartbeat I couldn't ignore. I hadn't expected her to follow me here, but then I shouldn't have expected anything from her. She stood there, drenched, hair plastered to her face, eyes blazing with determination. Her hands were clenched at her sides, and every inch of her posture screamed she wasn't leaving without answers. "You always run," she said, voice cutting through the storm. "But this is different." I ran a hand through my hair, rain soaking me to the skin. "Different? How?" I asked, my voice barely audible over the thunder. Her gaze softened for a fraction of a second. "Because now, I'm not just chasing you out of frustration. I'm chasing you because I need to know why you keep running. Why you always push me away." Swallowed. Memories flashing before me, the teasing, the fights, the endless years of chase and rejection. All those moments that had led to this stormy street. "I don't know if I can stop running," I admitted, my words trembling. "I've been afraid for so long. Afraid of what happens if I stay. Afraid I'll hurt you." Her eyes widened slightly, but she didn't step back. Instead, she closed the distance, her wet hair falling across my face. "You think you could ever hurt me?" she whispered, almost incredulously. "I've been running from my own feelings too, you know. And look where that got us." The rain soaked through our clothes, but neither of us cared. It was just the two of us, standing in the middle of the street, hearts pounding, soaked to the bone. She reached out and grabbed my hand. The warmth of her touch was electric, cutting through the fear I had carried for years. "I can't keep chasing you if you won't meet me halfway," she said. "But I also can't leave until I know. Do you feel the same? Even a little?" I stared at her, the rain mixing with tears I hadn't realized I was holding back. For the first time, I saw her not the girl I had chased, not the bride I had fled, but her. "I do," I said finally. "More than I ever admitted, even to myself." Her lips curved into a small, victorious smile. "Then maybe it's time you stopped running," she said softly. I nodded, gripping her hand tighter. The storm around us didn't matter anymore. The chase fear and certainty were gone. All that mattered was this moment, this confession, this truth. We weren't just running anymore. We were finally moving forward, together. And for the first time, I didn't want to look back. Chapter 5. The chase ends. Love begins. The rain had stopped, leaving the city streets glistening under the morning sun. For the first time in years, everything felt still. Chase. No running. No fear. She stood across from me, her hair damp. Sunlight catching the droplets that lingered like tiny diamonds. Her eyes, fierce and soft at once, met mine. "I've waited for this," she said quietly, a smile tugging at her lips. "For us to finally stop running." I nodded, feeling the weight of the past years lift off my shoulders. All the misunderstandings, the games, the endless pursuits, it had brought us here, together. "Do you realize," I said, voice low but steady, "that I spent half my life running from you, and the other half running toward you?" She laughed softly, the sound light and genuine, and stepped closer. "I think I spent my life chasing you, and now I finally caught you. We didn't speak after that. Words weren't needed." She reached out to untuck it, our fingers intertwining naturally, perfectly. The city around us seemed to fade. The world was just the two of us, standing together at the edge of everything we had fought and feared. I pulled her close, feeling her warmth, the steady heartbeat against mine. "I won't run anymore," I whispered. Her lips curved into a smile, and then she leaned in, pressing a gentle kiss to my cheek. "Good," she said, "because I'm not letting you go, ever." We laughed softly, the sound mingling with the distant hum of the city. And for the first time, I felt truly free. Free from fear. Free from the past. Free to finally be with her without running, without hiding. Because the chase had ended. And love real, unwavering, undeniable had begun.